step into the mystical fray on the Realm Wars network as the ancient Seraphon, masters of magic, unleash their otherworldly powers. With celestial energies at their command, they weave spells to reshape the very battlefield. Opposing them, the Blades of Khorne, a brutal horde, are armed with mighty war machines. Their thirst for blood and iron melds into a terrifying force. In this magical clash of wills and blades, prepare for a showdown where sorcery meets brute force. Leaving their temple ship in orbit around the realm, this Seraphon army puts its faith in two aspects of the game: magic and screening. 5 wizards, including Lord Kroak, means an array of 12 spells per turn to deal damage or summon more cold-blooded bodies on objectives. This is all bubble-wrapped behind 5 layers of skinks and saurus guard to ensure that anything that does get close to the wizards won't kill them outright. Khorne sends forth his greater demons, as well as his demonic war machines. 2 bloodthirsters and 2 skull cannons aim to collect Khorne's tithe. They are supported by 2 priests and 3 screens to help them to get where they want to be. Additionally, Scar Bloodwrath will roam free to hopefully die, and then return from death behind the enemy lines. The battle is fought on the Fountains of Frost, where it is dangerous to crowd with many units on an objective, as it will explode when there are too many units on it. Khorne finishes deploying first, and chooses to let the Seraphon have the first turn, hoping that they are too far away to deal too much damage. The battle tactic is surround and destroy. 1 primal dice is generated. Skarbrand shows heroic willpower, and Kroak uses spatial translocation and teleports a Skink Priest to the other side of the board. The Seraphon begin to weave their magic and cast Drain Magic, Celestial Equilibrium, the Chronomatic Cogs, Mystic Shield, Tepok's Beneficence on a unit of Skinks and Speed of Huanchi to move the teleported Skink Priest closer to the Khorne army. Additionally, they cast Arcane Bolt, Celestial Doom, the Malevolent Maelstrom and Celestial Deliverance 3 times purely to generate cosmic power. In total, they gain 22 cosmic power points. The teleported Skink Priest uses Cleanse the Realms to devastating effect, killing the Ritualist, dealing 4 wounds to the Priest, 5 to the Skull Cannon, and 8 to the Bloodreavers. Following this, the Realm Shaper engine uses Power Unleashed and brings the Skull Cannon down to its last wound. One unit of Bloodreavers fails their battle shock test and flees. The Seraphon complete their battle tactic and score 5 points. Lord Kroak is pleased with how the plan is unfolding. The brave Skink Priest made up more than his own value already, and is still there to give the bloodthirsty brutes something they have to deal with. Only once they recover from this blow, the demons can even start to think about how to get through all those lines of skinks. The battle tactic is to intimidate the invaders. The Slaughter Priest fails to heroically recover any wounds, and Kroak shows heroic leadership. The Slann dispels the Maelstrom for additional cosmic power. The Bloodthirster prays for killer instinct on Skarbrand. The Slaughter Priest prays for blood sacrifice and deals 2 damage to the Blood Reavers. Khorne uses Murderlust and moves Skarbrand another 4 inches. The Skinks sense the danger and redeploy towards Skarbrand. Both skull cannons shoot the central Skinks in the hope to open a gap for Skarbrand to charge through, but deal only 4 damage. Skarbrand charges the Skinks. The lone Blood Reaver and the heavily wounded Slaughter Priest charge the teleported Skink and deal 2 damage to him. The Skink Priest deals no damage in return. Skarbrand attempts to smash the Realm Shaper engine but fails to do so. The Skinks deal 4 damage to Skarbrand, who takes them out. The last Blood Reaver runs away from battle shock. The central objective explodes due to now having 3 units in range and deals 2 damage to the Slann, who transfers it to the Saurus Guard behind him. The Blades of Khorne achieve their battle tactic and score 4 victory points. Khorne favours the bold, usually. Skarbrand surges forward, hoping that the cannons can clear a way for him to get to the juicy mages hiding in the back. Unfortunately, the dice are not with him, which lets him stop in front of the Slann so close, but yet so far. On the other end of the field, the Skink Priest survives and is locked in combat with the Slaughter Priest, as Khorne needed the cannons to deal with the Skink screen instead of him. The battle tactic is overwhelming numbers. Skarbrand heroically recovers 1 wound, and the Slann teleports a unit of Skinks to steal an objective. Khorne uses the Pouch of Noldust. The Slann miscasts his first spell, costing the Seraphon further 8 cosmic power from him. The second Skink Priest attempts Merciless Blizzard with 2 primal dice on Skarbrand. Khorne uses the Spell Eater Curse to unbind the Blizzard. This denies Skarbrand the option to use Murderlust later to get into combat with the Slann. The Realm Shaper engine deals 1 damage to Skarbrand. Kroak casts Tepok Beneficence and Mystic Shield on the right Skinks. He fails with Hoarfrost, but casts Comet's Call successfully, chooses to drop only a single meteor, which kills the Slaughter Priest. This denies Khorne to generate additional blood tithe and summons the Grave Tide. The Starseer summons the Maelstrom and casts Celestial Doom. The Seraphon scramble to re-establish their screens, with Skarbrand coming so close, so quickly. The line of wizards moves back to their own board edge, while another unit of skinks uses at the double to get in front of the demon. And to be extra safe, a unit of 10 Saurus Guard is summoned as an additional layer for 22 cosmic power points. The Skink Priest retreats behind the teleported skink cohort. The Seraphon complete their battle tactic and score 5 points. With the bubble wrap all set up, the Slann and Lord Kroak take a breath of relief as they hold up the Khorne demons. At the same time, they are dutifully playing the points game with their teleporting skinks to steal one of Khorne's home objectives, taking the lead in the game, and stay in a very strong position against exposed demons. The battle tactic is blood for the altar. Skarbrand uses heroic willpower and dispels the grave tide. Lord Kroak fails heroic leadership. The Bloodthirster summons the Hexgorgeous Skulls. Skarbrand uses Murderlust to move 3 inches. Skinks redeploy to block off the right flank. The Skink Priest and Skinks redeploy away from the Bloodthirster. Both cannons and Skarbrand shoot at the skink screen, trying to get the opening this time. Rolling low again, they kill 7 skinks, which is not enough. The Bloodthirster lashes his whip at the skinks and takes the whole unit out. The Fleshhounds, Skarbloodwrath and Skarbrand charge the skinks. The Bloodthirster charges the Skink Priest and kills him. The Fleshhounds take down the last of the skink screen. The next skink layer piles in to limit the available space for Skarbrand. Skar piles into the skinks and takes out 3. The Saurus Guard activate next and deal 3 wounds to Skar. Skarbrand's turn sees 4 Saurus Guard die. The Blades of Khorne achieve their battle tactic and score 5 points. Switching sides around the thematically very fitting skull terrain, Skarbrand takes another attempt at breaking into the Seraphon's castle. While the cannon play does not work out again, the combined Pyolins take him into the last line of defense. On the far side of the board, the Bloodthirster cleans out all the teleporting skinks, ensuring that Khorne does not fall back in victory points. The sun rises on the next day, and Khorne wins the initiative roll for a double turn. Their battle tactic is led into the Maelstrom. 2 primal dice are being generated. It is Lord Kroak's finest hour. Skarbrand fails to dispel the Maelstrom, which the Slann does. The Bloodthirster preys for killer instinct on himself. Skarbrand uses Apoplectic Frenzy to fight in the hero phase and takes down the Saurus Guard and 5 skinks. The skinks redeploy. Skarbrand shoots the skinks and kills the last ones. The skull cannons shoot Kroak, dealing 6 damage, which he heals instantly again. The Fleshhounds charge Kroak, the Starseer, and the Saurus Guard behind him. The Bloodthirster charges the Astrolith Bearer and the Slann. Scar Bloodwrath charges the Slann, and Skarbrand Lord Kroak. The Bloodthirster attacks the Slann for 7 damage, who passes off 2 to the guard and takes 3 himself. Kroak deals 2 wounds to the Hounds and 3 to Skarbrand. Scar deals 5 damage to the Slann, who passes off 2 to the guard and takes 1 himself. The Fleshhounds attack the Starseer, who takes 2 damage. The Astrolith Bearer deals no damage to the Bloodthirster. Last but not least, Skarbrand finally gets to fight Lord Kroak directly, letting slaughter and carnage reap their bloody toll. The last guards and the ancient Slann himself are slain. The Blades of Khorne achieve their battle tactic and score 5 points. Finally, the opening Khorne was looking for. The guard fights to the end, but is not able to protect Kroak by literally running out of bodies. The Seraphon lost all their support, but 4 of their wizards are staring down the demons, knowing that their magic phase is up next. The battle tactic is Celestial Obliteration to take out Skarbrand. It is the Astrolith Bearers and the Bloodthirster's finest hour. 1 primal dice is generated. The Skink Priest casts Merciless Blizzard with primal dice, which is unbound with the Spell Eater curse. The Slann casts the Maelstrom, Arcane Bolt, and Comet's Call to deal 3 mortal wounds to Skarbrand and the Bloodthirster. The Starseer follows with Celestial Doom and Hoarfrost for a total of 15 cosmic power points. Cleanse the Realms and the Maelstrom explode to kill Scar, the Fleshhounds, both cannons as well as the injured Skarbrand, and bringing the Bloodthirster down to 6 wounds. The Arcane Bolt is triggered on the Bloodthirster, whose hatred of sorcery allows him to ignore it. The Starseer, Slann, and Priest all retreat. The Astrolith Bearer fights, but deals no damage to the Bloodthirster. The Bloodthirster piles in, splits his attacks to kill the Starmaster and deal 3 wounds to the Starseer. The Seraphon complete their battle tactic and score 3 points. Even without Lord Kroak, the amount of magical damage that the Seraphon can deliver is astonishing, taking out 5 units and almost getting the Bloodthirster as well, who is now the last hope of the Khornate army. The Blades of Khorne win the initiative roll into turn 4. The Bloodthirster is the last Khorne unit remaining, but that is enough. With the initiative and a big stockpile of blood tithe, he is able to summon anything he needs to seal the game, as well as being able to take out the last skink wizards on the field. The Seraphon concede. The Blades of Khorne are victorious. Thank you for watching the Realm Wars Network.